Hi everybody, welcome on this Monday morning to start the week. Last week in this time slot we did spirals and circles, and today we are going to do figure eight. So pretty much every move has something to do with figure eighting our body or some part of our body, and it was a fun thing to put together. It definitely caused me to do a little thinking and researching, but it was good. So let's get started. All right, so we're going to just sink in, find that Wuji stance, and very gently start rotating the nose, circling, drawing a figure eight with your nose. So we're going down and up. Breathe in, breathe out. Nice and slow, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Very gently adding some mobility to all these vertebrae. And come to stillness, and then go the opposite direction. Sometimes that takes half a second to get the brain working, but we always like to lead in both directions. And breathe. Find that breath. Keep it steady, deep, and smooth. 2 more times around. Good. Bring the feet together, and we're going to stay with joint mobility for a few more moves and get our bodies open down into the shoulders with pulling the pulley. So treating the shoulders as one unit, the shoulder blades. One goes up, the other goes back, and then we rotate it to the back. There's the figure eight. And breathe up. One of the few times that we want our shoulders up toward our ears. Most of the time we want them in the opposite direction, but today, at this moment, up and around. And breathe. Pulling up, pulling down. 2 more. The last one. There we go, the opposite direction. And this one we end up feeling more like that lumbering bear, which in some systems is a good winter activity, winter move. So just breathe. Keep that breath even, deep, and smooth. Two more. Good. Moving down the body a little, we're going to interlace our fingers, then put our palms together. Find the stance that's comfortable, and then figure eight these wrists, rolling them. Opening up the joints that opens up circulation through the arms to the hands. And breathe. Nice and easy. We can play with the breath while we're doing this a little, so take a breath and then a nice long inhale. Exhale, sorry. Inhale. And then exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, exhale. 2 more, regular breathing. Good, come to stillness. Moving down into our hips. Widen this stance. I like to have my feet just outside the hips for this one. And we're gonna do the Elvis pelvis where we are rotating and figurating this pelvis. So it's up and around. So this is really very hula dancer-like. And move. And keep the breath steady. Keep breathing. And breathe. And 2 more in this direction. Then pause. We're going to lead with the opposite hip. So this one takes a second to get the rhythm. There we go. It's not the way I move. This is definitely my weaker side, so I have to focus more. But close your eyes if you need to do that. And just find that figure 8. Keep breathing, nice and easy, deep and smooth. And 2 more. And come to stillness. Good. The last one in the joint mobility part is a one we haven't done in a while. It's called Gentle Breeze. And this is really about our toes, but we use our hands to help guide that. So we're going to move. And what you want to do, it's easier to show you with my hands. You're going to go little finger, little toe, and big toe of the opposite foot. And then you rotate back over the bubbling springs point. So rotate back, move it down, rotate, and then the hands, very nice flat infinity figure 8. And breathe. Rolling those toes, trying to feel each one touch the earth. Focusing on one side, on the little toe and big toe, and now getting to the big toe and little toe. And breathe. Let's go 2 more on each side. And last one, back to center. One hand behind the back, step forward, loosen that hand up, and we're just going to figure 8 over the toes. So we're going to weight shift and then back. Weight shift forward and then back. And if we want to really work out on those toes, we lift them. And then we into the front toe box. Lift the toes. And back. Toes to the ground. All the time. Stimulating that bubbling springs point, which is pumping energy into the kidneys where this hand is. The back hand is. And breathe. Inhale and long exhale. Inhale, long exhale. Two more. Oh, and I'm sure I got lost, and that's an extra one or two. So let's switch to the other side. Hand back up by the kidneys in the front, nice and loose. Weight shift forward, weight shift back. Forward, back, toes lift off the ground. Push in, pull up. Breathe. Inhale, long exhale. Inhale, long exhale. Inhale, long exhale. Inhale, long exhale. And breathe. And inhale, last long exhale. And just a couple more. Good. Pull that back in. Move as you need to reset. With those feet on the outside, careful not to let our knees and ankles rotate in. We want to push them out, so keep inviting the knees apart and think about pushing into the edge of the feet and outside edges. And one hand can stay on the thigh as a good brace. Light fist. We're going to figure eight for some shoulder mobility. Up and down. This is a Nick Lofrey move, which I got from the last Dao Yin course that I took with him. And up and down. Breathe. Sort of feel like we're a music conductor, you know, we're up and down. Let's do two more. Good, and then we're going to keep the figure eight, but we're going to swoop it bigger. So to the side, on the diagonal, swoop up, by the head, below the hip. By the head, below the hip, crossing halfway up. And breathe. And up. Keep that breath steady, deep, and smooth. And two more. Reset for the other side. Fist out. That's in that angle. There we go. Now you can see it better. And we're just going to go down and up. This is my left hand, which is my non-dominant hand. So I have to focus a little bit more. But remember to keep breathing as we just figure eight up and down. And breathe. And up and down. Breathe. And let's do two more. And then drop to the diagonal by the hips, up by the head, and breathe. Keeping it nice and extended, not necessarily locked, but just nice and extended. And breathe. Below the hip, above the head. And breathe. Good. So 2 more. Good. Now we're going to stay wider and swing these arms in this figure 8 pattern. Just swinging the arms loose and easy. Might be a little easier if we come in and breathe. Breathe those feet in. Figure 8ing. And then, thanks to Jeff Chand, another instructor I spend some time with, we're going to add in a bounce. So, whew, bounce, whew, bounce, bounce, only as it feels comfortable to you. You can swing, 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 bounce, bounce, or you can bounce more. Just whatever makes sense to you and your body this Monday morning. And breathe. Good. Come to stillness. Take a nice deep breath. Find that Wuji stance. Let everything settle. Body may be pretty tingly by now, but we've got a few more to work through, so just keep the pace even and go where it feels comfortable. So the next one is that same arm swinging motion, but we're going to march and brush our knees. And breathe. And up. No need to go too fast. Just keep it rhythmic and find a breath pattern, breathing when it makes sense to you. And breathe. Good. Keep it going. Let's try 3 more. Last set. Cool. Same arm pattern, different foot pattern. I'm going to go just into a lunge, and we're going to brush knees. So we brush back, brush to the front. Figure 8, back and forth. Into the toes, lift the toes. Heel comes up, forward, and breathe. And breathe. Good. Let's go 2 more. Good. Switch to the other side. Nice staggered stance, light lunge. You're going to brush, brush, and breathe. Tap, tap, brush, and forward, lift into the heel, into the toe, lift, and breathe. Step, back, step, back, and breathe. Keep it easy, smooth, breathing when it makes sense, and just enjoying that sensation of flowing, spiraling, like figure eighting, not really spiraling, but the energy will start to spiral when we do this. And breathe. Let's go 3 more. And come to stillness. All right. We've all done polishing the table with the big circle. And today we're just going to add in, instead of the circle, we're going to figure 8. So this one works really nicely if we open up into the wider horse stance. You can either have your feet straightened out or at 45 degrees. Think about pushing in and flattening out those toes. Then where you weight shift out, pull into the middle, out to the other side. And breathe. And around. And breathe. And around. Hands are lightly cupped, really feeling that sensation of polishing a big granite table and gathering all that earth energy. And breathe. And let's go around 2 more times. And bring it in. Now we want to lean in the opposite direction. Staying on the flat table surface, just smoothing out. And around. And breathe. Keep those fingers light. Breath stays steady. And breathe. And 3 more. Last one. Good, bring that in. All right, now I want your hands to come together. I want you to hook your thumbs and then put your 4 fingers together. Then we're gonna step and take it up over our head. So sink in, feet are pretty close. Now we're going to trace this figure 8 right in front of us. And breathe. And breathe. Up and around, smooth and even. It's like tracing a snowman. And around, or snow woman. Just up and around, nice and even. Let's do 2 more. Finish this one out. Notice which way you're coming up. Pause at the top. And then trace in the opposite direction. And breathe. Feel those toes, keep them spread out. Notice the bubbling springs, bringing up that energy, and then moving it through the body. And breathe. And up. And breathe. And let's go 3 more. And last one. And then shake it out on the way down. Move those feet. Okay, this is a variation of plucking stars, a move that a number of different instructors use. So we're going to take one hand and arc down toward the opposite ankle. So swoop down toward that ankle, lift up, arc to the back, gather star, pull it front, and move figure 8 3 times. Hand gravitates to the kidneys, opposite hand drops, swoop down to the ankle, lift up, reach from the back, plucking your star. 3 figure 8s as we bring it through the sky. Bring it down. Down, arc to the back, gather, figure 8. Bring it down. Bring it in, up, gather, move that star around, and then take all that light energy and warmth down into the body and down. Gather that star, move it, bring it down. Reach down, up, plucking a star, moving it around, drawing this lovely figure 8, coming back down. Let's do 3 more of these. Up, gather, bring it down. And up, pluck, pull through the sky, drawing that beautiful picture, and then pulling all that energy down. That's 1 round. Pluck. And down. Breathe. Ending round 2, starting round 3. Up. Move it around. Bring it down. And this will be the last one. Drop down. Pull up. Reach. And then bring it down. Good. Last big move is some big bird and then the swooping sparrow. So let's just open up. Find that stance that feels like stable and grounded. And then we are a big bird soaring through the sky. Breathe. and breathe. And even on this one, we want to work both directions, so pause and go back. And notice how same or different it feels. And breathe. Opening up, feeling the openness of the chest, grounded feet, circulating energy out to those fingers, and breathe. Good. Widening the stance just a little. Now our sparrows are going to begin to swoop. So we're taking that big figure eight, holding a very flat disc of energy, kind of the flat chi ball, and enjoying the sensation of swooping. Then we're going to make the swoop a little bigger. So extend one foot and swoop down. Stay on the same side. Swoop, 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 and swoop. Back to the center. Extend the other leg. And swoop, swoop, swoop. Last one. And back to center, a little wider legs, little horse stance here. And then we're gonna swoop across the middle, swoop to the other side. Side, center, side. Keep that breath. And down. Swoop. And swoop. Swoop, swoop. Hips move, weight shifts, grounding into those feet. Let's do 3 more. Starting the second set. Last set. Last one. Back here, just let that slow down naturally and drop into water waves. This is a big arcing figure eight. Just letting go of any last bit of tension, anxiety, overexertion, overthinking. Close your eyes and just release and relax into the water. Be in your perfect water spot, whatever that is. Ocean, lake, river, hot tub. And just feel the energy. You're in about to your waist. It's the perfect temperature. And you are just slowing down. Letting all that energy settle, all that good movement. Breathing. Finding your way to stillness. 3 cleansing breaths. Just to close out the practice. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Settle all that good energy here in our lower dantian, a big storage area. and take all this great energy into the rest of the week. It was great to start with you. Have a good one.